Okay, so everyone was intrigued by this horror porn since it was first announced, myself included. What I was hoping for was a AAA dark trip to hell that was as well designed as some of the levels from other games where you merely visit hell. You know, like God of War and Doom. And yes, this looks spectacular. That was until I put the disc in my PS4. What the fresh hell is this? There was white noise all over the screen. And I'm not talking like a few little specks here and there, it was everywhere, and it ruined all of the atmosphere of the game because I was like, what's going on? I can't see properly. So then we uninstalled the game and reinstalled it, and it kind of fixed the problem. It was a shame though, we weren't capturing at the time, so I can't show you what I saw, but uninstalling it and reinstalling it fixed it. So I'm going to let that one slide, for now. When I did finally get going, I wasn't scared for some reason. I didn't feel uneasy about this hell situation. I thought this was supposed to be scary. Nope, it's poorly laid out, janky, the controls are weak, and the level design does little to pull the player through. It's a soggy mess of noise and colour. Okay, look at this. This is from a hell level in Doom. Beautifully designed, easy to understand, great lighting, detail, great stuff. This is a block of noise and colours. I might as well be looking at a Jackson Pollock. Great depiction of hell. Noise-arse explosion of crap. Great design and depiction of hell. Utter hot garbage with crap sprinkled on top. This is good. This is rubbish. This is good. This is rubbish. You want this. You don't want this. Agony.
Okay, so we could forgive the visuals as they are fine on PC, if you can afford to run them in the ultra high settings, but the brightness is bad all round, so be prepared to constantly tweak those brightness settings and then just play with a washed out image. Really, the best part of this experience is the sound design in most parts, but even this is scrappy. Notice how the music hard cuts out in the loading screen and you're greeted with this scrappy looking loading bar? It's a tiny part of the overall experience, but I'm a stickler for simple polish, and this sort of thing really brings the quality of everything down to hell. Now the gameplay. You begin in the lobby of hell, I guess, and you have to find a heart and put it on this scale, then find another heart and put it on this scale. To figure that out, however, was a bit confusing. There wasn't much sense to it, and basically you click in the right stick to show me the way, and then wander around some poorly lit environments in the hope that you occasionally stumble across something cool. Spoilers, you won't. The enemies. Oh, how could you make a beast in hell unscary and just plain irritating? Well, meet Stompy Boot Bitch. A titillating demon with a vagina for a face. They can't see, but can hear everything and are attracted to fire. But none of this means anything, as you basically just watch them walk away around static paths and hope one doesn't appear in front of you, as you basically have to just back up in a narrow corridor and wait for the stompy cow to pass by.
Now the really annoying part of Agony is the death system. Yeah, you will die. But when you do, it won't reload you back to the last checkpoint. Oh no.
You turn into a ghost. Then have a short time period to go and possess a lesser being. These are random people strewn about with bags on their heads. You make them a checkpoint by removing said bag. Now they can be possessed. But why on God's green earth would you make this ghost mode black and white?
It's hard enough to tell where you are in the corridors of mush when there is colour, but when it's in black and white, it's even harder to figure out where you are.
Add to this you're floating about and basically getting stuck on everything. The only real solution to this is, if you do get spotted and killed, just hit the start button and reload the last save point. It's quicker than having to sit through the death animation, then prattling about with the ghost scenarios, running out of time, dying and then getting a loading screen, then start at the last save. And to really screw the pooch, you can possess someone whilst a demon is nearby and they'll come and kill you again before you have a chance to regain control. You can fight, sort of, but this boils down to swinging a torch about. But the fire attracts these tit demons, so don't bother. Unless you want to use it as a distraction to lure them out of your way, which works, sometimes. But it's easier to just let them wander past. You can hold your breath too, which does lessen your chances of being spotted, but there's not much point. If they get close, you're guaranteed to run out of breath before they're out of earshot. Just seriously, reload the checkpoint.
There's a skill system, albeit a bit basic to say the least. These skills allow you to hold your breath for longer. And there are more useful skills that allow you to take a hit from a demon without dying, but then you have to run and try and find a hiding spot in this mess. Yeah, just reload the checkpoint. The story is, Land in hell, you can't remember who you are, and you read notes. Lots and lots of notes. Reading with the devil. So much fun. That and the random checkpoint people spout utter nonsense at you with the bare minimum animation required to make a mouth move. This is 2018, can we not just have lip syncing as standard? I mean, really? When it all comes down to it, you'll be disappointed quicker than you can say boob demon, and not even the promise of full-on brutal violent sex pornography found later in the game is enough to keep you trawling through this travesty. Outdated stealth, poor execution, poor level design, sound is okay, graphics are great, PC only, enemy AI is boobs on legs with stabby fingers, and on the PS4 version, I had numerous warnings of corrupted save data, and people have reported it breaking their hard drives, so there's that to worry about too.
So basically, here's a list of things we'd change if we could. Rip out the death minigame and just respawn in the last baghead you unhooded. Fix the graphics on console. This includes some of the worst screen tearing we've ever seen. Ever. Fix the save data corruption issues. This is quite serious, and we would say that everyone that has bought this on the PS4 deserves a full refund, as it's not fit for purpose at all, so send them back, kids. And lastly, make it scary, as at the moment it's more irritating and repetitive. The objectives often boil down to find 3 skulls to unlock this door, find 3 arms to unlock this door, find 3... you get the point. Just give me my blood. Just give me my blood!
It feels like an average indie PC horror game that's tried to mash together some stealth and monsters chasing you mechanics, and it's failed to even marginally hit that and make it worth playing. Unless there's a massive patch incoming, avoid the console versions at all costs. And you could probably ignore the PC version too, if I'm honest, unless they make a patch to make the game better.
However, for those of you who will risk paying full price to walk through hell, then there are some redeeming factors. There's a lot of replay value, and you can find and collect a lot of hidden things that unlock artwork and other collectibles, including comics, 3D models, and other bits and bobs. And there are other game modes too, such as the Succubus mode and Agony mode, a sort of online arcade thing where you can survive in procedurally generated hell mazes. I'm surprised there's no Battle Royale mode though. I suppose this would really be the nail in the coffin for this flustercuck. So I guess this is the last we'll hear from this game, but even in its broken state, it still has more active players than Lawbreakers, which I suppose is a plus point. 2 out of 10. 3 if you like boobs.